Go ahead and open the Sutton Board of Health meeting, and it's being televised and recorded as required. It's at 7:01. All right, so first, local upgrades variances. None?
None.
Okay. Local upgrade review only. Steve?
Yes, there was one plan for 4 West Sutton Road. I haven't approved it yet, but there are a couple of local upgrades that they're requesting. One from a setback from our own well for the property, and they're also asking for a sieve analysis, local upgrade for the use of a sieve analysis instead of a physical perk test because the ground was too wet to do a physical perk test. And then they're also asking to be able to grade within 5 feet of the property line, which is the street line out front. So, that'll be fine.
Just out of curiosity, sieve test, when are sieve tests required, when are they recommended, like, what's the deal with doing that? I just don't know.
You can do them under a repair.
You can- okay.
For repair, you can't do it for new construction.
Okay.
They allow that if the groundwater is actually physically too high, to
Okay.
be able to perform a physical perk test.
Okay,
With new construction, you just have to wait, whatever time of year. Like last year, it was too wet for the whole entire year.
okay, so this would be like a repair that's done in a season where the groundwater would be naturally higher, and then
Moving
you're trying
forward
to
with a
determine.
repair, it
Right.
allows a repair to proceed.
Proceed, right, okay, I got it, yeah.
So you can do a
okay.
sieve analysis, take a sample of the soil,
Yeah.
have a sieve analysis done at the lab,
Okay.
gradation analysis, and the results come back, and there's a percentage of the material, whether it's silt, sand, clay, and they assign a loading rate, the equivalent of a perk test rate.
Equivalent perk test based on the.
The sizing
base-
system.
Okay, all right, okay.
It's usually twice as bad as it actually is.
Oh, really, so it's really conservative?
It's worst case scenario for
Really, okay.
classification of soil.
Really, okay, all right, okay. What's, so it's the three, it's distance to well,
The use of a sieve analysis.
sieve analysis, and then
and
grading.
Yeah, be able to grade within 5 feet of the property line, which is the street line.
Okay.
Is that, have you already approved it?
I've not yet,
Yes.
because the engineer will have to revise the
Just
plan
slope
because he did not provide any benchmarks on it. So I'm just gonna do that, but everything else was fine.
Okay. Do we need to vote on that, or is that something
No.
that you
Yeah, no,
approve
that's-
completely?
that's-
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Just informative on there.
Yeah.
All right.
We hand that back to you, Tammy.
All right. Next up is bedroom deed restriction, 27 Westview Drive.
Yes.
That's all we're gonna mail.
27 Westview Drive, there's a current house, and a current piece of property, they're subdividing the property. And gonna, I think it's 29,000 square feet approximately, the subdivided lot. That's too small to put a 3-bedroom septic system on, due to the code, set Title V. So what needs to be done is a nitrogen loading kind of grant from the previous other property, and a restriction on the other property, taking away percentage of their usable land, and granting that to the new property to be able to physically put a septic system on it, a 3-bedroom septic. They have enough land. There's about 70,000 square feet of land, and there's an existing 3-bedroom house, and proposing another 3-bedroom house. You can put 4 bedrooms per acre.
Let me ask this, why is this not following our new construction guidelines? Like subdividing the lot
Title
into.
V, there's a nitrogen credit, or nitrogen loading credit that you can grant if you don't have enough land on your existing, or your lot you're gonna build on, and that is required to be able to put a septic system. You can receive use of somebody else's land as a credit toward your own land, but that neighbor or whoever you get the credit from would lose that right
Right,
to
becomes
use
a
that
restriction.
property to expand their own
Yeah.
home and expand their property use. You can only have 1 bedroom per basically 10,000 square feet of land. Right? So together, they're, gonna be total of 6 bedrooms, 2 3-bedroom homes. And they have about 70,000 square feet. But the new lot that's being subdivided out is only gonna have 29,000 square feet.
So it's less than, so it's
Undersized.
about 50%, would be, it's about 50% of the required size absent the nitrogen loading.
For a 3-bedroom, you need a little bit over 30,000 square feet. It's 4 bedrooms per acre.
Right, yeah, right, okay.
So, they're a little under, so they're gonna need to get a, grant, nitrogen loading grant, and that's to be recorded at the registry of deeds from the abutting property as a grant and a restriction on the, abutting property. It's allowed by Title V.
Right.
And why is this us instead of the zoning board?
Well, this is under Title V, this has to do with the
This is-
septic
Oh,
system.
okay.
Just,
Got it.
just the,
To allow a septic system to be constructed, they need the accredited land area.
But are we
And
the
this is
only
even for
board?
new construction, not a repair.
This is for new construction. They're gonna be building a new lot. I guess the zoning, is a zoning bylaw, a new zoning bylaw in town, allowing a subdivision.
I gave you all a copy of this.
yeah.
Okay, let me see, I don't know if I got it.
These are the homeowners over here, if you'd like to speak with them.
Yeah.
Let me introduce themselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not the chairman.
So I'm Mike Niedzwicki, and this is my father, Vyaswav Niedzwicki. And so basically, both lots combined is 71,000 square feet. Okay? That's enough for 7 bedrooms, really, because if it's 10,000 square feet per bedroom, that's good enough for 7 bedrooms. I'm hoping to build a 3-bedroom on a 29,500 square foot, 29,500 square foot lot. I'm also, obviously I need 30,000 to build a 3-bedroom. So by my father agreeing to restrict his property, I'm able to build a 3-bedroom versus a 2-bedroom because I'm roughly 700 square feet short, 600 or 700 square feet short.
So will that property be in your name?
Yes,
So you own that property and so you want to split the property right now into 2?
It's already been split.
It's been
Yeah,
split. So
yeah,
you own
and
that parcel right now?
Not yet. So I need this to be signed off on before I can get the deed to put it under my name. So,
This has to be attached or go with the deed.
exactly.
And
Have you
then
seen,
everything-
I've been on this board like 17 years or something, and I've never seen this, it's just, you know, it's always new stuff coming up. And
It's always been in Title V. I, myself, I think only once before in 40 years have I dealt with this. It's there, just not,
Right, it's just not common
something that,
practice. Right.
yeah, comes into use.
Yeah, right, yeah, it would have to be a family, monetarily a
A
family
family,
situation.
normally, but I mean, you could
Could
have,
be an- could be anybody.
anybody could grant, a restriction on their own property and give it to somebody else for a fee. Sometimes they wanna sell rights to their land to somebody else, they could do that.
Right, it's not required to be a family.
I don't
member.
think, a family wouldn't charge, but you would
Right,
normally,
right, no,
but
I understand, yeah.
it is allowed that way.
I read through it. Did you
Yeah.
guys read it?
Yeah, I did read through it.
So what are they looking for the board to do?
We have to
It's
sign
just
off.
sign the document, it gets recorded.
Does it have to go through zoning, or have to go through any other,
This, nitrogen, goes through us, basically, because this has to do with the septic system.
Right.
It's a restriction on the land to allow a septic system to be built.
Looks like it already has gone through the zoning board of appeals.
Right.
Accreditation of a portion of the land from one parcel being credited to the other for use for a septic system. Not that the
You know-
septic system's gonna be built on any part of that land, it's
Right,
just.
right. I mean, one thing we've always,
Restrictions.
you know, is being consistent and fair, and, I don't think this opens a Pandora's box.
It's been in Title V.
It's
Right,
always
it's been there forever, right, so.
Yep.
But do we typically sign deed restrictions?
This is,
I've
this
never
is,
seen that.
No, we don't, but but if we have to, that's how this has to be done. Have you gotten an attorney
So
involved?
my attorney, yeah, she drafted all, well, actually, I think you guys might have a copy of this in front of you, but that's something my attorney drafted up. And it's already been signed by, obviously, my father.
Right, 'cause we have rights and stuff along here according
Yeah,
to
right.
this, so we have rights to the land, and make sure it's being maintained and all that stuff, so that's why we have to sign off on it, so
Right,
it's
right,
allowed.
Have you, I don't believe the board has ever signed off on anything before. On deed
We haven't
restri-
had one of these before.
On deed restrictions.
We've never had one of these come before us, anyway.
We've
We
had,
have
we've
deed
had, we've had
restrictions all
bedroom
the
deed
time.
restrictions.
We've never had any we needed to sign, right? I mean,
Yeah,
they're just
you did.
recorded they're just recorded.
They just
Yeah.
record, we don't sign. That's what we've had in the
Well,
past, but it's up to you.
Well,
if
who
you
said
want-
we needed, where did the baseline come from that we need to sign this?
My attorney. Yeah, this is.
There's a form that the Board of Health needs, okay, I looked at,
And it specifically says that local approved authority.
Right, 'cause we have to accept the grant in this position, so it's different than a regular deed restriction on
Right.
number of bedrooms and everything else. We have to accept the grant per Title V for DEP, correct?
Yeah, it's a DEP document.
Right.
yeah.
Mhm.
And the document is showing that the Board of Health needs to sign it. Yeah, right under the
Right.
notary public.
Yep.
So it has to be notarized also? Who notarizes it?
Notary,
Oh, it was notarized, okay.
yeah, notary was Nicole Trani, and there's an attorney,
Yeah, she's doing that.
okay. Signatures of the two parties.
Oh, there's two copies, okay. I didn't know if it was the board.
No, no.
Okay, I don't have a problem.
yeah.
Like I said, it's very rare, very rare. I've seen it happen, I just never been involved in it.
Right, I haven't either.
Only once before, when I was working at a private firm, I haven't seen it come across in 40 years, I've only seen it once before.
Right.
So it's not something that's normally dealt with.
I mean, if we were to entertain this, would this be something that we'd want the town attorneys
To review.
to look at, to review, in your opinion, Tammy? Is your-
I think so. I mean, we've had plenty of deed restrictions that have come through here,
Right, oh, yeah, right.
but we've never signed them.
Yeah, because this is new to us, you know, so we're just trying to make sure we do this right, you know, so.
So, yeah,
I haven't dealt with this document before either, but it is a
Yeah.
DEP document.
I mean, I guess we could do a motion and, I guess, pending the approval of our attorney.
Pending review by the
Legal
town
counsel.
attorneys.
Pending Bill returning, wanting to sign it himself.
Yeah, right.
Lucky him.
Yeah, right, yes, exactly. Yeah. You got, it sounds reasonable.
yeah.
No, she said Bill.
Oh, Bill.
So we just call this the deed restriction for the nitrogen.
Good. So,
There's it.
well, how would we phrase this, Steve, the actual motion to do this? Do you have suggestions?
To, a contingency, that we are granting, approval contingent on, review.
By the town
document.
attorneys, but the motion itself is we need to grant a nitrogen loading.
So it'd be for, the grant of the Title V nitrogen loading restriction and easement on the facility and the land.
Right, okay.
Hence, approval and acceptance from the town attorney.
There you go, something like that.
So I make a motion to accept, this grant for the Title V nitrogen loading restriction and easement of the facility and land for the Gov property, which is 27 Westview Drive. Hence the review and approval of moving forward with our town attorney.
And how do I go about doing that?
So we would have to give it to him, right?
Yeah, we'd have to give it to him. So either you maybe call Jim Smith and tell him, give him a kind of update, or I guess it would be probably best if you did it, I guess. And then get a hold of him and have it forwarded to the town attorneys, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Well, either that, or let them look at the copies.
They
And then
have the
whatever,
copies.
and no, but let the town council look at the copy,
Oh.
so that doesn't get lost with the original.
Right, then
And then
if
if
they're okay with it, they can bring
he
it
agrees with
in,
it,
we
then
can
we
just
can
sign it.
sign the
Right.
original,
Okay.
so that way you
Here at
keep the
town
original.
hall?
Yeah.
That's where they are? Okay.
and it looks like it only needs one, the local authority, just one signature, so that would either be Bill's
That'd be the
not. It'd be the
chairperson, I
chairperson,
believe.
or now it's probably gonna be your, Bill
Yeah,
is
the
kinda,
sub-chair.
he's in Greece, and I don't think he,
Right, so if
his.
they're all right with it, then
So,
we're giving you the.
Then you would
okay to
come in and sign it, I guess.
Yeah.
Does anybody second?
I'll second it. And Tammy, say all in favor?
Aye.
All in
Aye.
favor?
All in favor.
Sorry, a little confusing, but
No, it's fine.
it's new for us. Like I said, we typically don't have to sign these, so.
I understand with the new bylaw.
Yep.
There's a lot of confusion with this, but, any type of timetable on when this could be completed or
Don't
get it to
tell-
them?
No, I mean, we'll let them know tomorrow, but we don't know when, we can get it to town council, and when they're gonna review it, it'll be out of our hands, so.
Well, do we need the selectmen to look at it, or just or you're talking about the
Just town
the
council.
attorneys?
Council.
Attorneys, correct.
Right, just town council, right.
I think Jim Smith will have some insight. I would trust Jim. Jim may well say, you're good, just go with it. I guess that's a possibility. I don't know.
Well, if the board's already made that decision that you want town council to review it, then I think town council
Yeah, I
has to
guess,
review
yeah,
it.
they have to,
not
probably
just
have to review it. Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. We're going into the holiday weekend, so it just might take, it shouldn't take that long for him to just
We're
read
not
it.
talking months.
No,
Okay.
no,
All right,
No.
yeah, no.
all right. We'll take from there.
All right.
All right.
Very good.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, take care.
Take care. Thanks.
All right. Department update.
Department update, okay. End of the year is coming up on Thursday, so we've been frantically busy trying to wrap up things for the year end. Judy's been doing the permits for renewals and everything, and, other than that, with Bill, not, re-upping for a reappointment, we have, put up a posting for a member. We have one applicant so far. It's gonna stay up for 2 weeks before it comes down and we see what's happening. So we do have one applicant. Other than that, we've had a couple of animal complaints that have been investigated, and I don't know if anybody has any comments on them.
So,
Did you go
yeah,
out?
so,
Which one did you go out on?
well, I went to Westview.
Yeah,
Nobody is home, and I haven't gone back yet. Apologize.
okay.
And then I believe Bill went to the first one before.
Mhm.
But it's basically our zoning. I mean,
Yeah.
it needs to be addressed. You're in a neighborhood that R1 zoning or whatever, where you don't even have an acre of land. They're subdevelopments. They shouldn't be a farming there, really. But our zoning says they can. So our hands are tied unless they're doing something illegal or something not right. But I mean, they've gone out. Everybody's gone out, and one place had a little bit bigger of a manure pile, and they're definitely not neat and organized. But I don't know what we can do.
Yeah, I've talked to Cheryl, I've been on those before,
Mm-hmm.
and I talked to Cheryl Sabara, you know, the attorney for, was it Mass Health Officers Association, right?
Yep.
And I've talked to her several times about these kind of issues in our jurisdiction, and we are given great latitude on our judgment, if, you know, on what we consider a nuisance and what is appropriate or not, almost, you know, and she said it's very unlikely that any court is going to, you know, if somebody were to push it that hard, you know, not be in our corner on these issues. So even though they have the right to farm, you know, it's right to farm without causing, you know, a public health hazard and a odor nuisance, you know, excessive odor nuisance, you know, type of thing. I mean, so I don't know, what were your, like, if you were a neighbor, what would you think?
Yeah, I mean, really, I really think the zoning needs to be addressed.
Right.
I mean, because I don't see it going away, I see it getting worse.
All right,
I really do.
yeah.
But I think also one of the issues is that the complaints, even though they're their neighbors, they're anonymous, they don't wanna give their names, and so that
Right.
makes it a little bit more difficult.
Right.
I got a real complaint.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
No, I
got
have
one
a
complaint, but I think the previous ones we've got, they'd rather remain anonymous.
Right. Well,
It's just a tricky, it's a slippery slope.
It
I mean-
is.
I mean, if it was, and to me, it's a no-brainer. I mean, I don't even know why it hasn't been addressed to this point.
yeah, as far as the zoning goes, yeah.
You know, some of those houses are closer than from here to the wall.
Really,
You
really.
know, and you can have 20 animals there. I mean, that's,
Yeah.
it shouldn't
Well,
be like
that's,
that.
yeah, it shouldn't be like that, but that's where our judgment comes in when it comes to being a nuisance and public health hazard. You know, if there's a pile of manure that's, you know, in someone's yard, even though they have the right to farm, and the wash from that is going across another neighbor's property, you know, or whatever.
Yeah,
that
but
kind
none of
thing.
that's being found, really.
Yeah,
as
right, well, I'm
far
just
as
using it as an
that.
example, I'm not saying that's
Right.
going on right now, I'm just.
But it's just such tight quarters. I mean, there's just no way to not have a smell and stuff, you know, having those type of animals and
Well,
having any kind of manure pile.
Right, no, I hear you. Well, we've had what was the rooster thing, remember that with
Guinea
the
hens.
small lots?
Oh,
Remember the small lot
Oh,
and the
the
rooster,
rooster.
which
Yeah, we
the
had
kids couldn't
roosters.
sleep and they couldn't study and all this other kind of stuff, and
That was
You know,
more
by-
of a noise, though.
that was
right?
about noise, but it was
Yeah.
still a nuisance, and we determined that, you know, you might have the right to have a rooster, but in these circumstances, you can't be keeping your neighbors up, it's just too close quarters, and you know, so you don't have the right to have a rooster, you know, under these circumstances, right, because it's unreasonable. And that's where we come in, so something that's we would, you know, a nuisance is unreasonable, according to Cheryl Sabara, she gave me total confidence that if we use reasonable judgment, that you know, we would be, you know, exonerated in our judgment of what we thought was unreasonable, even though somebody may think they have the right to farm in some little lot. So,
I think-
for whatever that's worth.
With the rooster situation, didn't we send a couple of, like, certified letters
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
the abutter first, had them come in and explain the situation, try
Mhm.
and remedy it before we got that far?
Yeah, we did, we gave everybody due diligence, yes, we did, yeah, right.
So have we already done that for this case?
No, we're still at the site
Visit?
inspection portion.
Right, you sent, who's been there already? It was
The animal inspector.
the animal
I've sent the
inspector.
animal inspector, yeah.
And then you just talked to the zoning, right?
I talked to zoning, yeah.
What was the findings of the animal inspector?
I don't think she found anything.
Which one are we talking about? The one you went to?
Westview, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the address, but yeah, I know what
Oh,
you
I'm
mean.
sorry. That's in my head.
Yeah. Well, so no, the owner has no idea of any of this yet, so that's one of the complaints that, if you remember, people wanna be notified before we're discussing it, you know? So I did send the animal inspector to make sure the animals were well cared for. Initially, some of the animals didn't have proper housing, and then, she went back and they corrected that, so.
Don't the animals have to have so many square feet per particular animal?
That's zoning, you know, we don't really have the proper zoning.
How do we fix that?
Zoning has to
Petition
do it.
zoning,
Zoning has to do it.
but they need someone to do it. Did I send you all an email from, yeah, I sent you that email from.
So you say, we're discussing this and these people don't even know that their property is being discussed and they don't have any idea that they've even gotten a complaint yet?
Correct, not yet, because he wasn't able to reach them
Right,
yet.
right.
But if the animal inspector went out, didn't they know then that somebody was potentially complaining? Because the
I don't
animal
know,
inspector showed up.
She can go any time, so.
Would, in these circumstances, would it be more appropriate for us to send a certified
Let us
letter? To say,
explain the
look,
smell
we've
is
got
too
an anonymous
much in the.
complaint, and so you're on the agenda for this meeting.
Well, initially,
like to come
we
in-
send someone to make sure the complaint is valid.
Right.
So that's the first step
Right.
that we're at right now.
Right.
Right, Ken? I
Right, it
mean,
did, right, it did smell.
You know, so,
Right. So
you had told me you were gonna go back again, so
Yeah.
that was where we're at. First,
Okay,
the
you're
site
still in, we're still in a data
visit.
gathering.
We're still at
We're
site
still-
visit
Right, still
step.
gathering data. But once that's done,
Once
once that's
that's
done, I
done.
think it would be appropriate before, you know, to give people due notice and have them be able to come to it. It's a public meeting, come and,
Definitely.
you know, get a
We're going
certified
into
letter.
summer, it's gonna smell even worse.
Well, that's the time, I mean, well, they can go out and just do spot inspections and see if there is an odor and noise and whatever, and then, I mean,
Yeah,
if
we've
you've only
always
gone out
done,
once or
right?
twice, it's, you know, there needs to be some sort of a ground basis.
I will get back out there ASAP.
And Bill went to the other one? You said?
That was before for a previous
Okay.
complaint, so now the complaint is a new complaint.
Got it.
But the same complaint though, different time period.
Correct. So I have to treat it like a new complaint, so we need another site visit to make sure it's valid, so. Which we haven't done.
All right.
So you need somebody to sign up for that site visit?
I do.
I can go there, I guess. Just, I'll catch up with you on the address
Okay.
after.
She said, yeah, you sent an email, right?
I sent an email.
Yeah.
The first one, on the first
Both
one?
of them.
Not
Both
the-
of them.
Okay.
On
I'll go
both
back
of
and
them,
look at the
yeah.
other one.
Bill replied on the
You
same.
can go to the second one too. It's on your way home.
Yeah.
The second one would be a good one for Kenny because of,
I didn't even.
Kenny might have a better understanding, no offense to you at
No.
all, but of like flows of, because it's.
Hey.
When it rains and
Deal with
right.
whatever
She's
flow
like,
issue.
I got a
That's good with
sign, you
me.
can do that.
You
Yeah.
know, water,
Let's make sure-
soils.
Yeah, let's make sure I have that.
We can discuss it. Yeah, it's,
Or Diane, you're in that business as well.
Makes me nauseous when I smell that. Has, anything been done with the update on the water at the school?
yeah, they're testing and they're doing modifications. They got water coolers, all the bubblers are off limits, yada, yada. So, and it's all,
Cause,
Right
I
now.
mean, school's gonna open in 2 months and, you know,
they do the water testing and, you know, they got a hit, unfortunately. Last quarter they were testing.
did they figure out where the pollution's coming from?
What was the hit for? What contaminant?
It's a new thing that DEP, the PFAS. And, so, it's the, insoluble, contaminant. So it just perked up and they don't know where it came from. It's just in a very low, but they had to take everything offline, so they're trying to investigate it right now. And they're doing samples on a regular basis, so. That's about it right now.
All right.
And the Fourth of July parade went off. I was there all day Sunday, doing inspections for the food trucks, whatever.
Looked amazing. I didn't make it, but it looked amazing.
Yeah, they
Saw
seemed they had a good turnout and everything, so that was about it. Getting ready for flu season, trying to tie up some loose ends. I'll just tie into COVID, seeing it's a departmental update. COVID is slowing down a little bit, but we're still doing a lot of contact tracing and stuff like that. That's basically about it.
And the hot dog truck on 122 got okayed?
He's fine, yeah.
Okay,
Hot dog truck's up and running,
okay.
yeah. And
I don't know, I don't eat hot dogs.
Me neither.
I gotta say, we do have a new, the little coffee bean of Sutton is being, the plan review is being reviewed by our inspector, food inspector. So that's a new establishment coming into town. And that's about it. Anybody have any questions for us?
No,
Seems good.
Are they opening a new gym where that CrossFit was?
They changed the name,
they
yeah.
changed the name,
It's
yeah.
yeah, that is a new gym, new owners, new gym. The previous gym moved out of town,
Oh, so it's already open.
No, it's
Or it's
not
not.
open yet.
It's
It's
not
not
op-
till the
it's-
fall.
yeah.
We don't permit gyms.
But they have a juice bar or something, don't they? Or
That
Not
was
the,
the
the
old
previous
one.
one did.
The new one's not gonna.
I don't know, we haven't seen anything yet, and if they're gonna be selling anything also, you know, that's another
But the
thing.
juice bar was separate from the gym.
Yes,
Yeah.
Gotta fix the roof before they open it.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, it's leaking.
interesting.
Oh.
All right. Minutes, I'm assuming no minutes.
I don't have any minutes, sorry.
Old or new business? None?
Well, we need to reconstitute, I spoke to Bill, and Bill, was in Greece, and his term is up shortly.
June
So
30th.
Bill,
Today.
Bill, we need to, I got a card, we can all sign something, because he's done. I don't know if you, which I think, so we need to reconstitute the board.
And I will say the town administrator sent him a nice thank you
Oh, they did, okay, oh,
for
good.
his service.
Okay, good,
to the
okay, I
town.
know they usually do that.
Yeah,
So, Kenny, I
What?
nominate you.
I can't.
I second.
You can't, you really can't,
Nah,
come
I
on.
can't. I can't. I just agreed to it. I can't.
I was hoping to sucker punch you with that, but.
I know. He asked me a while ago.
Alright.
I just can't.
Do you need to
We don't-
do it tonight?
I don't know if we need to do it tonight, no, that was just my, that was just one
No.
suggestion that tanked,
is
so.
anybody interested? Step up to the plate?
I'm not here all the time. Tammy.
I'm not doing it.
Get the new guy to do it.
Alright.
Anyway, well, we don't have to we don't have to do it tonight, right? Everybody can
No.
think about it and see,
Give it some thought.
yeah, give it some thought, and we need to do it at some point, so.
Yeah, this is his last day, right?
What's that?
This is the last meeting. He's been
It's his
here.
last meeting, but effective, his term ends on the 30th of June, so
Right,
good luck
right.
with that, being
Right,
out of the
yeah.
country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I withdraw my nomination.
I withdraw my second. All right. Other business not anticipated?
You have anything?
No.
Nothing? Okay. Next meeting, July 26th.
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 That sure works.
All right. Meeting. Motion.
Motion to adjourn.
I second it.
Very good.
All in favor? All right. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. See you next
Who
month.
made the motion? You were.
No, I didn't.
I have to get that address from you again. I don't.